Hey team, welcome back to Spec. Today we're going to be changing the steering wheel on the old XR8 ute. The one that's in there is starting to laminate on the top and the side, and I found this baby really cheap on eBay. By no means perfect, but it's in much better condition than the one that's on there. This is the sports performance option that was available in the B series, and that's what I love so much about the B series. You know, it started back in the E series when they had the Momo option. Then in the AU they had Momo in different colours. By the time you got to the B series, it was like the Wild West. There was Momos in different colours, there was these boys in different colours, there was the different Fairmont gear, Fairlane, territory versions of the wheel. It's a real shame they didn't carry on with the FG doing that sort of thing too. You had like sort of the standard wheel, that was it. So we're going to have a go at putting this on today. I've never done one on a B series, I've done an older Falcon and on a Mustang. These two bolts appear to me to be held in the airbag, so that's where I'm going to start. Let's have a go. What can go wrong? Okay, first things first, I just disconnected the battery. So now we'll try and get those two little Torx screws off. It's a T30 Torx. I'm gonna give myself a bit of 90 degree. Yeah, it's in there. Let's see. That's one. I'll try and run on the other side. Okay, that was fully out. Okay, they're both loose. Just trying to square this up. Just squaring it up so when I go to put the other wheel on, I'm guessing this now clips off. Ooh, which it does. And now there'll be some airbag plugs. Yep. Alright, so if you can have a look. So in there's two airbag plugs that need to be disconnected. So we'll pull those off now. Sort of squeeze and pull out, straight out. That's one. That's very similar to the ones on the Mustang. And then we've also got, look at that. There's a loom here for the, I'm guessing for the cruise switches. But I probably should disconnect also. Okay, that's off. Now, something else is still holding it. Oh no, it's just the cables are sitting on the clips. So if you have a look, there's a bit of a path where the cable come in, it looped through these things, come back for those, and then plugged into the cruise switches. So that's the airbag off. Now, I've just hit my first hurdle. So when I replaced the steering wheel on the mkII, it had a bolt here with a hex head on it. The older Falcons that I've replaced the steering wheel on, they've had a nut. This one here has a massive Torx bolt. So yeah, unfortunately, I do not have a Torx bit that big. And I've boxed in my two working cars and I've just connected this one. No big issue. I could put this back together, connect the battery and then drive down to the tool shop, because I've got a tool shop that's just around the corner and get one. But because it's so close, I'm just gonna walk. So give me a minute and I'll be back. Okay, I've been for a walk. I've got my T50 Torx bit that I need. So now I can take the bolt off to undo the steering wheel. Now, before I go too far, I'm just going to wiggle the wheel free. It's definitely stuck on there. Oh, here it comes. There we go. That was on tight. All right. Now, undo the bolt. Bolt out and remove the wheel. Oh, now be very careful when I take the wheel off. I don't want to get these cables, nip these cables as I pull them through the wheel. The good thing about the airbag having all the cruise switches on it, it's much easier than a Mustang steering wheel. So when you replace one of those, you gotta swap over all the buttons and everything from your previous wheel. Especially if you go to a GT350 style one, because they've got the wrong buttons on them. It's not that hard, but it just makes it more time consuming. With this, wheel is out. So let's go get the other wheel. Just before I put the other wheel in, just wanted to show you the two side by side. So the chunky sports wheel is so much nicer than the standard XR one. All right, let's chuck it in. All right, so I'm guessing the installation is the absolute opposite of what I've just done in the removal. So let's feed these cables through. Make sure it's square. Oh, that looks better already. It feels good too. Now, oh, I need a bit of Loctite for this nut. Okay, so I put a small dab of Loctite on the bolt. Let's tighten it up. All right, click. So now I'm going to try and feed those cables in the back of the wheel through the same path that they came out. You can actually see the depressions on the cables and where they were originally seated. I might plug these in first because they're a bit longer. Through that loop. This goes over there, but I feel like if I plug that in and then I loop it through, I'm going to have a bit of success here. There we go, clicked in. Now I'm going to tighten up those two bolts at the back. Turn the battery on. I'll reconnect it. And we'll test all the buttons. And hopefully it all still works. we go. She's in. All right, let's go connect the battery and see if all the buttons work. So the wheels is in. I'm going to test the buttons, make sure they all work. No. Well, the airbag light's on. It's gone. So it's got the airbag. The cruise seems to be working. Volume up, down. Mode. All right. Looks like without driving, I can't test the plus and minus, but it looks like she's all set up. Okay, team. That's it for now. Quick steering wheel replacement on the old XR8 ute. It looks heaps better now, and would have gone heaps quicker if I had the right Torx bit that I needed to undo the steering wheel. I'm going to take for a quick drive now just to check that all the cruise switches work that I couldn't test while I was sitting here in the shed. Next time I'm going to be replacing the ZF shifter. I've got a spicy new one to go in there. This one looks like it's been chewed out by mice. So if you like this sort of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until then, I'll catch you next time.